One thing you can do. First you take a rag, put it in the bag. Mop, mop. Then you bend your back, put it in the sack. Mop, mop. That's the way you start. It's a lot of fun. Mop, mop. Cotton cake is putting papers in the bag.
Alright, welcome to the Brothers Bear Podcast. This is your host, well, not host, actually, we're all together, but this is Santos Medrano.
Carlos Medrano.
And, well, also my brother Cesar Medrano, but he can't be here right now. He actually texted saying that he's going to be late, and he just told us to start without him. So for right now, we actually have a filler, one of our good friends.
Swag.
What? Wait, what? Sweat or sway?
Swag. Come on, man.
Oh, swag.
The cool swag.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said sweat.
Hold up, that cool swag.
That's my nickname, Sweat.
Sweat. So that's going to be your name? You don't want to give at least your actual name?
Sweat, like the...
No, I said swag, but Sweat's cool, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you want to be Sweat?
I'll stick with Sweat, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so that's going to be your name, Sweat. You don't want to say your actual name, or that's going to be...
Sweaty. Yeah.
Sweaty?
Sweaty's
Sweaty
cool.
Muffin? I don't know.
Sweaty McMuffin.
Alright, that's fine. Alright.
Sweaty McMuffin with cheese.
Alright, so we got... Alright, so yeah, we got me, Santos, Carlos, and Schweddy. Schweddy McMuffin with cheese. And like I said, our brother Cesar will be here. And this is the very first episode of the Brothers Bear Podcast. And if you're wondering where we got the name from Bears, well, first I just want to say we're not bears as in we're gay. Like, we're, those guys who are bears. We're not hairy.
Wait, there's gay bear thing?
Yeah,
is that a club or something?
No, that's the term. Like, if you see a big fat guy that's hairy, a beard, they're called bear. If they're gay, they're bears.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's why I want to make sure I point that out. That it's not that we're bears,
I walk around, I'm a bear! Everyone's like, oh, that guy's gay.
I mean, Edgar got the beard, though, so...
Oh, I got the beard bear, too.
Oh, now everyone knows who he is.
I mean, Schweddy. I'll edit that out.
Schweddy, no, Schweddy now.
Schweddy McMuffin over here. With cheese.
Con queso. Yeah.
Con queso. Yeah. No. What happened was actually, when it was more so when me and Cesar were kids, we would always, watch this, it was a cartoon that Disney released called Humphrey Bear. Like, the character was named Humphrey Bear. And it was called In the Bag, where like everybody's at Yosemite and then they leave and there's a big mess. And then the ranger guy's like, oh, the bears, there's a big mess. So he developed like
That's the voice of the White Rabbit and
Yeah,
the voice of the White Rabbit and Smee from Peter Pan.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
Yeah, and he
awesome.
He does the ranger and he's all like mad, like all these stupid people. So instead of cleaning it up,
He did pretty good.
yeah, he devises a plan. Like, I'm gonna make these bears work. So what he does is like
The revolution with
and it's messed up because he cooks food, right? He cooks all this food. He's like, dinner time, baby. And all the bears are, and they all start running. Yeah, and that's how they sound, the bears, and they all run up, all happy. And he's like, okay, we're ready to eat. And he's like, wait a minute, and that's how the bears sound. He's like,
What?
yeah, and then there's like, and he points at the mess and he tells them to clean, and the bears are like, get out of here. So he's like, all right, I got an idea. So he does like this like little like he creates almost like a game, like this big old, like not like a checkerboard, but like big old squares, and he puts each of the bears in them, and he gives them bags and like a stick with the needle at the end. And he's like, this is your own square. And then
one bear could have been like, wait a second, just swipes him in the face, like, all right, we're eating now.
I know, they could have ate him, but it was like, it was alright. These bears.
Was it a cartoon from the 70s?
No, dude, this was like
Or the 50s?
40s maybe. Yeah, it's like early Disney, dude. These were the shorts, and this was like the first like real short where they featured Humphrey Bear. Actually, I think it was the last because he came out in a Donald Duck cartoon, and I think he came out like in 2, and he was a popular character. So they decided like, all right, we're gonna start doing shorts on different characters that aren't like Mickey, Donald, Goofy. Like, we're just gonna do shorts. So they did that, Humphrey Bear, and I think that was the first and last one they ever did, because then they went like a different route. So, Humphrey Bear got lucky. So that's actually like the only one. But what had happened was that he devised a game. So when they're in their own squares, there's a bunch of trash in their squares. So they each all have squares. So at that point, he gets them to start so the Ranger Joe starts singing a song. He's like, in a room, in a two. First you pick it, then you put it in the boom, boom. And they all start dancing, dude. And it's like, it's in the bag. So that, then you put it in the bag, boom, boom. And they bump each other's butts, and it, da, 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 da. And they're all cleaning, dude. They're all happy. Like, yeah, they find it funny. But at one point, they realize Ranger Joe's all into it, and he's like in a hammock all wrestling, and they look at him like, what a dick.
What the hell?
Yeah, they're like, the bears get pissed off because they realize his plan. He's like, what a dick. Like, we made him. So they go up to him, and then that's when, like, they pick him up and they throw him in the trash, and then they walk away, and he's like, hey, what's going on?
And put him one of those sticks and just start roasting him. Like,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
And at that point, that's when, when they clean him up, he notices like that's why he wanted to do. So at that point, the Ranger Joe, that's when he devises the plan to make food. He said, you guys better clean or you're not getting food. So they all clean. And then they clean and they leave. The main bear is called Humphrey Bear, and they mess with him because all they do is push all their trash in his square, and he gets all like, he's like, ooh, and all the bears all grubbing. He's like, so he pushes it in a bush, and a bunny pushes it out. Like,
and I remember.
Yeah, and like he has all this trouble. He's just trying to put all this food just so he can.
It was only one episode.
Yeah, it was only one episode, and at the end, like he pushes all this trash in like Old Faithful, and he's like, all right, and then all the bears are like climbing, and he's like, he's like
high-fiving each other.
Yeah, they are. They're high-fiving and all that, and Humphrey Bear's all like, the hands, don't see me, but, like the hands over the head, like, together, like, yeah, like, I'm a champion, and then the Old Faithful spits it all out, and then that's when the bear gives him the bag, and cleans up. So me and my brother, Cesar, as we were kids, we'd watch this all the time, and we love it, we'd watch that, because it was always, we had it on a beta. Max. It was that cartoon right before Supergirl. We'd watch Supergirl, dude, and
which not a lot of people knew there was a Supergirl movie.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if you know that movie, if you've ever seen it, it's a horrible movie.
Right,
yeah, dude, it's a horrible flick. But as a kid, dude, I watched it all the time.
If you're bored, look up the trailer because the trailer alone is just bad.
Yeah, you got it's horrible. But at that point, like, I've always liked bears. So when, growing up with Carlos, like...
Oh, you guys call each other bear?
Well,
yeah, well, yeah.
That came up, I went to the LA Zoo for a field trip. I think it was like second grade, or it was like elementary, basically.
Fell in love with a bear.
Yeah, no,
you got to Santos when he saw the bear, like,
no, there was
brother,
brother bear, come here, Carlos, get out of the cage. No, what happened was
we barely made it out.
Barely made it out.
That bear could have been pissed. He wasn't very happy.
Oh, man. I had a bear joke and I totally forgot it. Slipped my mind. No, what happened was, we went to
Probably wasn't very funny.
Forget
it.
we wanted to see the polar bears, and the bear was like sleeping the whole damn time. Like it never came out. Like I think like
the cave?
Yeah, I think it's like ass was like sticking up. Like midway. Come on, like that's not the bear. Like that's half of the bear ass.
Ass bear.
But like we were all waiting, and like we left, and we kept coming back like every once in a while because I think it was like in the center, so we would literally pass by it here and there, and we never got to see the damn bear. It was always asleep the whole time, and back then Santos would like sleep like all the way to midday. Like literally, like, it'd be like almost like for me, when you're a kid, you wake up all early,
Yeah.
So Santos would literally like sleep almost till 12 around me, probably later or something.
Yeah,
but,
that's when I first started at work. No, was I working at Rainforest then?
No.
Okay, I was just lazy.
You're just doing nothing.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to have an excuse. I'm like, no, I was working at Rainforest, closing. I was lazy, I guess.
He just would sleep in, so one day, like, I just told him that, I'm like, man, he's just like the polar bear. So from there, I just started calling him, like, polar bear. And then throughout, like, yeah, it was just polar bear. And then later on, as the years went by, we just kind of labeled it as Mr. Bear.
Mr. Bear.
Yeah. So you call me like Mr. Bear, and I call him Mr. Bear too. So, and then the thing was, when he was a kid, I would always just like do bears, like, and for some reason, like, I would always like start singing stupid songs, like making up songs, and it would always be about like singing about bears, or singing about like poop, you know, like poo, and is always making songs. And a lot of times I would annoy the hell out of my brother, you know, just because I'm just having fun. I remember one time, where you were like, you were mad at something, and I started to annoy him, just like pressing it on him and stuff, and then he got all pissed off, and I remember you're like, why is all your songs about bears and poo-poo? I
was like, God damn it, you're like, what the fuck?
He was all mad, but yeah, like that's where we just like, you know, where it was just like the bears is always like something where it's like my older brother with Cesar or Carlos, so that's when I decided, oh, you know what, we should be like the Brothers Bear podcast, because I'm like, you know, you gotta think of a name where hopefully no one, it's like a band, you know, you hopefully no one hasn't. I mean, maybe there's a bear podcast when it comes to like gay bears, but you know, the Brothers Bear, I don't think so. I mean, unless, you know.
Yeah, there's a group I'm listening to. They're called the Two Bears.
The Two Bears?
Nah, even with the other podcasts I didn't realize there's like the Bridgetown comedy something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's like only Bridgetown. Like I know it's like Bridgetown something, but I mean technically they're not from here, so.
You better watch them.
No, I know.
With the copyright, dude.
Yeah, I was just kind of like,
I'll sue you so bad, man.
But I mean, I don't know. If anything, I'd be like, hey, our city's called La Puente, so that's how we got the name.
Yeah, Bridgetown. See, that's the one thing I'm worried about, because like I photoshopped our heads on bears, and it's from that cartoon, the Humphrey Bear cartoon, which Disney owns. The song I'm gonna use is Disney owned, so I'm hoping, because this is free, it's download free.
Oh yeah,
I don't think we should be, because we're not making any money off of it.
Wait, but you work at the Rainforest Cafe though, man.
Yeah, but
you better watch it over there, dude. That shit gets leaked over there, man. You're done.
You walk into the
fired.
Right.
Why would I get fired? I'm not talking about anything bad.
Right when you clock in, Mickey's there waiting.
Yeah, I know. Boy, get over here. Hey, Santos, get over here. I got something to tell you.
Goofy like a hook.
Donald has those like little like those the devil horns. He's like the court guy, or the judge. That's what we're getting sued by right there.
We don't have any cable or DirecTV or Netflix or any of that stuff right now, so I'm trying to figure out what to get for my son.
Yeah,
my 3-year-old son. So I was getting into all those Donald, Goofy,
the
Mickey
classic shorts.
Classics, dude. They just got into like Blu-ray too, so they're like awesome quality. But yeah, they're pretty badass.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Because you like teaching them,
showing them.
I
remember a lot of them though too when I was a kid. Like I used to watch those ones over and over again. I had like a Donald Duck videotape. They had like 3 episodes, and I just like watched that shit religiously. Ones? I don't remember. I think one of them had to do with an ostrich. Like he was a male guy and. He had to fuck with an ostrich. You know, the ostrich was just like,
had to fuck with the ostrich, or the ostrich
he had to take care of an ostrich. I was inside of a big old box, like it was going to be delivered to somewhere, like a zoo or something.
Yeah, I just remember.
I know. I remember all the ones where Chip and Dale were always missing.
That one, where
the pancakes.
He does the big old house, not a house, but like a city. Or
the train.
Yeah, the train,
exactly. Dude. I remember that.
Yeah, Chip and Dale. I think that was like the first time they were in that one.
Yeah, and they never talked. They was that's all they ever did. Dude, they never talked.
He changed the weather on them, and he does.
Oh yeah, it's all cold. And he was being nice
day.
At first, like giving them But then he's like, he's like fucking with them, and he makes them like the flapping of the door, and he walks out there, puts the coat. Like,
exactly. He had like a whole coat on. Like,
and he puts like the lights. He's all sweating. Like what the hell? He goes back in, and he's like, what's wrong with you? And it's all snowing. He's like, all right, puts it back on.
I remember that now.
Yeah, they always. What the hell? Donald and Chip and Dale.
Donald's the best. I like Donald.
Yeah, same here.
Goofy's actually like really awesome too.
Well, the Goofy ones are all like, fake informative ones.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Learn
how to drive.
All of them.
Learn how to drive. One of them was like him doing lifting weights and
sports.
Stuff. Yeah, sports.
Yeah, baseball.
Yeah, it was all. They're all like informative of him doing something like.
And everybody in that world was a Goofy too.
Yeah, and he wasn't called Goofy though. He was called there was like Mr. X. Like that, like whenever he was writing, like, here's Mr. X.
The intro would be, Goofy.
Yeah, Goofy. But he never was really called Goofy, and like, he wasn't yapping away. And like, they were informative. I remember the car one where he would be learning about the car, and they would tell you how to stop, and then it would show his cartoon, but then they would show real footage, not real footage, but
it was just
more realistic cartoon,
like the black and white kind of
the dots on the freeway.
Yeah.
Those dots and you go like that. Yeah.
It's like, don't be like Mr. X, and he's like getting all pissed off. Road rage.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
You're
like,
going nuts.
See, and that's the one thing. Like all these cartoons, they were just shorts. Dude, they were making them and they released them in the theater, but like. Even now, like, Disney cartoons suck. Like, I mean, the actual cartoons, like, I know they have, like, Mouse House or something like that.
House.
Yeah, and it's all CG, you know? But
yeah.
they're just the storytelling ain't the same, dude.
No,
like,
it ain't.
It sucks, dude. Walt knew what was up. Dude.
A lot of those old cartoons, Looney Tunes was awesome.
Animation now is not the same, regardless.
Like, how long did that stop? I mean, like, Anime does animation still, like, Studio Ghibli, I know that.
Really?
But... Like,
well, I know
like
Disney's trying to get back into it because it was the last like cartoon that they did feature was that freaking
Home on the Range.
Yeah, and that thing bombed, dude. That was terrible.
I didn't want it's fucking Rosie O'Donnell's in that shit.
Yeah, dude. No, and Roseanne too, right? Isn't it Roseanne? I thought, or is it both?
Oh, my bad. That's what I meant.
Oh, Roseanne. They both look like cows, dude. So it doesn't matter.
Rosie's gay though, right?
Yeah, she's the gay one.
Yeah. I just remember the stupid commercial where it was like, you go cowgirl. I'm like, yeah, that's enough for me.
Oh, you can tell that one was the black one. She was a token cow.
I think there was a black cow.
Yeah. I was watching Cars too. I'm not watching it. My son's watching it. And
it's alright. You can say you're watching it.
Don't get me wrong here, but yeah, and they had a black car, and he had like a gap tooth, and I was like, oh, that's fucked up, man.
What the hell?
He didn't even talk that much either, but I was like, come on, it's obviously he's black, but that's messed up, man.
It's like Transformers 2. Did you ever see Part 2?
Part 2? No, I don't remember.
Oh, dude, there was like these two cars that were so like racist.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they made them toggle like the yes, sir, all right, sir. You know, and they gave them like big ears, big bug eyes. Like that was like the way they did the stereotypical black people back in the cartoons of like the 30s and all that. So for what was like Michael
like dancing?
Yeah, like yes, sir. I get you some dinner. You know, it's like what the hell was that?
Faces are all painted.
I know, and they're like, oh no, they're not black guys. They just represent, but that was messed up. And then they
represent the African American culture.
Yeah, like they what the hell? They always do that. Like and like to this
feel bad. Like I even feel bad now. It's like you don't get too many token Mexicans or token Asians still. They had like a little kick here and there every once in a while, but for the most part, it's still token black guy. Yeah. Token Asian guy is getting pretty big for sure.
Yeah, like I was reading about that where like I guess there's a show called Two Broke Girls. You guys heard of that? It's on CBS.
Whitney Cummings.
No. Well, I guess
that's her.
Kat Dennings or whatever chick that was
Whitney
in.
I think she wrote or produced that.
She was in Mean Girls.
No. But
well, regardless of her, they have like a token Asian guy in that show. Where he's all like the tech guy, and he goes, "Oh yes, I really like you. You know, go to my Facebook." And I'm like watching, I'm like, "What the hell, dude? It's like a freaking racist, and they're getting away with it." Like I'm shocked that the Asian community hasn't like stepped up. It's like Mexicans got mad.
Bobby Lee, he just makes it all like super funny, like make fun of Asians, please. It makes me money.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, if he's making fun of himself.
Animal Hospital, have you seen that? It's on Channel 4.
I've seen the commercials, but I'm like,
it's really? Like UCB people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a lot of UCB people. Like the girl that has like the little rubber band thing that has like the point in her hand. She's a UCB cast member. Like I've seen her a couple of times at the UCB.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. She's funny though.
Yeah. She's really not that funny in the show, but...
Oh, really?
I was like, this bitch is fucking annoying.
Nah, she's funny. Like, when I've seen her... I forgot what team she was on, but I've seen her twice there, and it was pretty funny. That was me.
So are the... so who... Are, like, animals run the hospital?
No, it's like an animal hospital.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, but it's very...
Why is there, like, a monkey in the commercials, like, with the... like, a doctor's coat?
They're trying to sell the show, I guess. People love monkeys. Just throw them in there.
Like at a meeting, they're like, all right, what do people like? Monkeys. There you go.
All right, what else do people like? Doctors.
Wait, I got it. Okay. Monkeys and doctors. together.
Damn, there you go.
And then
it's a holy union right there.
I like this guy. You're getting a raise.
Here's the key to the company. Here you go.
Animal Hospital. There you go.
And it's like first episode, Animal Hospital.
It's got a hot chick, a red-headed chick. Ooh, man, she's awesome looking. Forgot she was on another show too, or another.
So like a chick, like a baby chick animal.
Yeah, little chickadee.
Because it's an Animal Hospital.
It's a red-headed chick, the first red-headed chick you've ever seen in the world, man. I don't know where they got that shit from, but it's insane. It's like a red-headed chick, little chickadee.
Oh, wait.
You lost me at the chickadee.
Chickadee. That's my way of saying a little chick instead of a chick. You know, like a woman chick.
But is it actually funny, that show?
No, I didn't find it too funny. I think they tried too hard.
Like out of the 10?
A lot of writing.
Like 10 being the best?
I gave it a fucking 4, dude. I saw it for 10 minutes and then I was out. But Bobby Lee was awesome.
Are there any bears in the show?
No.
Isn't Chris
Oh, you know what? Come to think of it, could have been. They tried to throw everything at you in the first 10 minutes. That's why I was out, dude. I was like, that's not too much, man. I was way too much. Oh, no. I was waiting for Bobby Lee the whole time. He only had like a minute out of those 10 minutes.
Wasn't Chris Kattan in the show?
No.
No, he's in the middle. He's in another show, The Middle.
Oh, I love Chris Kattan, man. That, Corky Romano, man. I fucking love that movie, dude. I was just thinking about that the other day.
I didn't see that till like way later, years later. I finally watched it. Yeah,
they kept showing it on cable when I had cable.
Yeah,
it was like, dude, it's on USA, on Comedy Central, on TNT.
Yeah, they show that movie a lot.
Not as much anymore, but yeah.
Why not?
It's not that funny. It was like one of those, like, wait, why is this?
Why is this funny?
Yeah.
Why am I laughing? I think it's his facial expression.
I think what it is, a lot of times too, like for instance, like TNT and all that, like when they start showing a lot of movies a lot, it's because like they buy them, so they have to use that, like get their money's worth, you know. And that's what happened with Shawshank Redemption. That's why like they kept showing it, and actually that was like helped them out a lot, and that's why that movie became such a huge hit afterwards, like a cult movie, because that's how I watched it.
Yeah.
Cesar had pointed it out. He was just like, he's like, oh, it's a good movie, and then so I started watching it, and I was like, man, this movie's so good. And now it's like my favorite movie of all time. And it was only because TBS constantly, and to this date, they still constantly show it. Now AMC shows it.
Do you like any other Tim Robbins movies?
Tim Robbins? I like Hudsucker Proxy. You ever seen that one, dude? That one's bad, dude, with the hula hoop. Well, let's see, what else with Tim Robbins? Howard the Duck?
Oh, man, that's the top of your head, too. Tim Robbins, top of my head. Howard the fucking Duck, man.
Oh, did you ever see that uncut? Howard the Duck. Not on TV, but yeah, dude. That's the one thing. Whenever you think of Howard the Duck, the first thing that pops in my head is duck tits.
You know what? That's actually the first pair of tits I've ever seen as a man.
Yeah, as a kid, dude, I remember it confused the hell out of me.
They're so round.
Do they are nothing like that?
So they're on ladies all the time?
Yeah, like the one thing about that movie, like if you watch it uncut, like it's a pretty adult flick. Like there's one part where when he separates from, what was her name, Beverly or whatever, like when he separates from her, he gets a job at like some spa or something, and then like he's just walking around with towels, and then in the background is just a bunch of people like having sex, throwing them then towels to him, and I was like,
and they're all smoking cigars.
Yeah, and like it was weird, and then
it was like in New York or something, right?
Yeah,
like, that's what they tried to.
So there was like stuff like that they took out. I was like, man, this movie is really adult. And then when she tries to like basically fuck him, like in
that moment right there, I was like, I wish I was a duck, dude. So, chicks, big ducks. Don't be a dick, be a duck. Wasn't that a comic book?
Yeah, it was based on Marvel comic, dude.
I never even knew.
But it's not even remotely close. Maybe just like the name.
Marvel tries to.
The guys who made it, they kind of were like pissed off at the director or something, right? At the whole screen play or whatever. They usually are. That's why I said that. It's like Alan Moore all over again, man.
Like the director, the writer for Howard the Duck's like, oh, yeah, that guy's right. Schweddy McMuffin or whatever that guy. He's actually right. What was it? Sweaty? I don't know. He had too many names. Swag.
The thing is, we need to thank Howard the Duck for failing, and that's how we got basically Pixar, dude.
Oh, hey, you know, speaking of it, I was watching some of their early ones. early ones, like from like '84. Yeah, they were scary as hell, man. I was like, kids are not gonna like this. Is cheap ass animation.
Yeah, no, but what I was trying to say earlier about that, I found what I wrote was about we should thank Howard the Duck for being a flop, because that was one thing. Like the one thing when I was a kid, because I mean you watched it a lot, right? When you were a kid, and I mean, well, it came about much, you know. Like I don't even think you really didn't even. So it was more our generation, because it was like an '80s movie. But the thing was, when I was a kid, like one thing I remember, I loved that movie. Like I was just a huge fan.
Well, it had a big budget. Did they just scream out my name out there? There's a little kid out there.
Yeah, dude, they constantly, dude. They're like next door. Every time, like every half hour or so, all you hear them is screaming your name.
Got a quick flashback and bringing a kid and shit. Oh, man, hey, cabrón. It's like, riding my bike.
I'm going to the next block. They'll never find me.
So what's going on?
Oh yeah. No, Howard the Duck. So, but I remember like growing up, like they always showed on Channel 5. When Channel 5 was cool, they always showed like Commando and like Running Man. Like
that one was well produced, though. It had a lot of money.
Well, yeah, it was Lucas, like dude. Like George Lucas produced that. Well, that's the thing, because they put a lot of movie behind that. I mean, a lot of money behind that flick, and it bombed, dude. Like the suit itself was like $1 million or something like that. I don't know.
Was that Henson?
No, that wasn't Henson. But like the thing was, it's like here, I wrote this down. I'll just read it exactly. It's like according to reports at the time of the movie's release, George Lucas was heavily in debt, having just built the $50 million Skywalker Ranch complex, and was
made me a ranch.
I was counting on this film to get him back in the black. When it bombed, he was forced to start selling off assets to stay afloat. His friend Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple Computer, offered to help by buying Lucasfilm's newly launched CGI animation division for a price well above market value. And Lucas, in dire straits and thankful for the assistance, agreed. That division eventually became Pixar's animation studios. Yeah, dude, that's some crazy shit. So imagine Howard the Duck was a hit.
It's crazy. Couple of syncs though, because I was reading up on that stuff yesterday because I just downloaded the Pixar. Another thing I was trying to look for
Pixar
more.
story.
Yeah,
well, that's a good documentary.
Not the Pixar story. They had like a DVD out that was like their collections of all the shorts. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's crazy, like because I didn't notice how long ago they came out, and their logo is a lot different. It's crazy. The first thing they ever came out, had to do with the lamp.
Yeah, that's why they use that as the actual logo. Whenever it says Pixar and it pops out.
The Luxo Jr. was the first one. I think Wally B was the second one, or within the lines, Wally B was one of them, right?
Yeah.
And then Red's Big Day or something like that.
That's the clown one, right?
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me. I don't like clowns. Anyways.
But yeah, so just like think about it. Like it makes me wonder. Like the only Steve Jobs from Apple got this to start to creating the division of like Pixar. But imagine if Howard the Duck was a hit. Lucas would have not sold it, so we wouldn't probably have Pixar. I mean, those animators, those creators in their head, the storytelling, all that would exist, but would they have gotten together and?
What did Steve Jobs have to do with?
He was in charge of Apple, right?
Yeah, but I think also too, Pixar alone wouldn't be Disney Pixar, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
so would that mean there
would have been LucasArts Pixar?
Yeah, that's true.
Probably, yeah.
But the fact.
but Lucas would have probably been a dick, and he would not have gotten the same people. I mean, we don't know what would have happened.
He's connected with Disney anyways.
Like who? Lucas?
Yeah.
Kind of, I guess.
Back to the Future.
What? George Lucas was in Back to the Future?
Didn't he executive produced?
Oh, dude, that's Spielberg, dude, and Zemeckis.
Oh, man, all three of them are the same to me, dude. They're all in cahoots, man.
It's all a conspiracy in Hollywood.
Like, directed by who? Executive produced by who? Same guys, man. It's pretty much every time.
The same movie.
Now they added Lost guy. What's his name?
Oh,
JJ.
Oh, we got a JJ fan here.
Nah, dude, I'm tired of his stupid solar flares, man. Like his camera flares. You ever watch Star Trek?
Oh, I like that one. Yeah,
I like it. But every time, dude, is like even in space,
it's retro, futuristic looking. Like,
yeah, and you see all like the lens flares and everything. Like, get out of here. Every time I film weddings, I'm trying not to get that in my shot, and he has it in every shot. It's like, that doesn't make it better.
Oh, man.
It's freaking J.J. Abrams. Dude, don't even get me on Lost, dude. I know that wasn't really him. He was just like, I got an idea, and other guys wrote it, but that ending pissed me the hell off, dude.
I gave up on the show. I was kind of glad that I was into the show. How many seasons was it? 7? 8?
7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 7, right? I don't know. I get lost.
Lucky number 11, yeah.
I think I went up to the 3rd or 4th season. I think midway into the 4th season or whatever, I kind of just gave up on it. I think, the reason why, because Heroes came out. When Heroes came out, I just felt like...
it was like a battle between those two.
Yeah, and then I thought Heroes was way better, because
It was?
It was.
I actually never saw that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright. It's on Netflix, dude. You should check it out. Oh, wait.
I don't got Netflix.
I forgot.
My website is piratebay.com.
Oh, dude, that's... Should we say that?
Oh, I know.
The FBI is going to be knocking on our door.
Rainforest Cafe is going to be there.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute. What's going on?
Your son.
But yeah, I gave up midway into it, and I thought it was, dumb. So, but I remember when the season finale for the show came, I was like the grand finale. I was like, no, I'm gonna watch it just to see what it was all about. Like,
didn't you watch it here with us?
Yeah, I came over to watch.
Because I had the viewing party.
And even before I called them, like, they're all gonna be dead. And sure enough, that's what it pretty much. Like, I had one of my friends. He was like literally like a hardcore Lost fan. And like, I believe him and his girlfriend were, and they said, "Oh, it was the perfect ending." It's not, but still, like, in a way, that's been done. Like, what didn't Dallas pretty much do that?
Well, Dallas, what they did was, JR, like, the big old thing was he got shot. So they were like, oh, what's going to happen? And then, they reveal, but then afterwards it's like, oh, it was all a dream. Like,
yeah, but still, I mean, it still goes in the kind of like...
Like Inception or...
Like, that's kind of like like a slap in the face to go out with they're all dead, Like, have you, like, cool, like, better than everyone just being dead or in a way.
Well, they try to make it real, I guess. So dead people time travel?
Only one show pulled that off, that everything was a dream, but it was done. It was pretty funny. I mean, I don't know if it's the Bob Newhart show. It's like, because I know Bob Newhart had a show, and then he did another show called, I think, Newhart, and where it was him, and he ran like a hotel, and he had like these 3 guys. They were like hillbillies or something like that. And at the end of the whole series, he wakes up, and it's like his character from his show years before. And then his wife wakes up, and everyone like cheers and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I had a dream that we ran a hotel and all this and that, and so on and so forth." So like that series, that second series he created, was all a dream. But that's considered as one of the greatest like series finales ever, and that worked there. But Lost and all that, or like, I don't know, Dallas, like, that's stupid. Like, I don't know, Lost was dumb, dude. Like, seriously, like towards the end, I was just like. Because they just wanted to leave everything a mystery, but it's just dumb because they did a lot, and I hate it because they would lie to us flat out like, "Oh no, we got plans for everything," And then, but they really didn't. They were just coming up with everything. Yeah. It's like, yeah, they had the ending intact because they're like, but what they meant was the way we started the show. I opened, and he's laying there is how we're gonna end the show. So that's how they meant. We had the ending planned. By that shot, we're gonna end the show the way exactly we started. That last frame is our first frame, and but that's stupid. Like, I mean, I get that. It's like, all right, that was kind of cool. Like, all right, he walks by, and then that shoe was there from the first episode. The dog comes,
See, I couldn't get any of that stuff. I mean, all that's I don't even know what would be considered significant in like retaining some type of memory of any of that stuff. Every time I saw an episode, it was like in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, because
it's cool. That's cool.
I think what was wrong on their part was that they made it seem like certain things were important.
Yeah,
but they weren't. They were just whatever. Like, we're gonna do all these mysteries, but
that cloud mist thing was really
the smoke cloud.
Tacky. Like, that was cheap. They could have done a little bit better with that.
Because at first it's like, what is that thing? But then it's just some random guy. Like, he got thrown into a well and then he pops out like that. Like, I'm stupid. I don't know, dude. It's freaking.
Was he the token in that? Oh no, there was
a couple. Yeah, one died though, right? The coolest one out of the
token man.
Yeah,
yeah. See, the black guy dies. This was the first black guy. That was long. I don't know, but
I liked watching it when they came out on this the DVDs and stuff like that because I didn't have to deal with the commercials. I know that watching it in the commercials, like season 5, season 6. We roomed in with Steven San Juan, a friend of mine. Yeah, he was a big fan of that stuff.
I had season 1 because I was like a hardcore fan when it first came out. Like the first 3 seasons, I was hooked.
Oh yeah, every day I would get home from school. I mean, not every day. That day I would get home.
Uncle Reed just sit and wait. Say, wait, is it Wednesday yet?
Oh yeah, come on Wednesdays.
Yeah, and I'd come home and he would tell me, "Oh, this episode," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But I only got into it because we watched the season finale of the first episode. I mean, not the first episode, the first season. We saw the season finale, and that's why I was hooked. So I jumped in season 2. That's when I jumped in. But I still to this day, I never really fully watched season 1.
I jumped in a stupid season, like season 5 or something like that.
Oh, there was one 4. That was dumb, dude.
Yeah.
I think it was 4. It was where they had this episode, they're going to reveal Jack's tattoo and what it means, and it meant nothing, dude. It was
like a childhood memory or something.
Yeah, it was
I love Mom.
But it was like dumb. It meant like, I don't know, strong in strength or something. I don't know what the hell. I'm just talking out of my ass, but it was...
That's the guy from Party of 5?
Yeah. Party of 5, man.
We have to go back.
You had a beard, too. Remember that? You look like that. You're like, we gotta go back.
We have to go back now. It's like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the whole movie.
Alright, so one thing is that I know I've been getting bugged, and you never posted it either, but we've been getting bugged about Batman and our thoughts on The Dark Knight Rises.
Well, actually, before going on to, if you guys are still listening to this podcast at this mark, explaining what this podcast really is going to be about. Like, not just us talking, but what is the podcast of... In the long run, what is this what do we plan to do with this podcast, at least? Like, what is it that...
I thought you were explaining to the audience and you're asking me a question.
No.
I thought so, too.
I was like, he's going to explain it. Let's just do that.
My job here's done.
Tell the listeners.
I slide down a dinosaur and get up in my car.
I was trying to do the feet thing.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But no. I mean, this podcast, basically what it is, because, Carlos has a second podcast, and it's called the Bridgetown Podcast. And that, it seems like basically that podcast is just you telling stories of what's happening now, and anything of, childhood stories and all this.
Yeah, the podcast I have with my 2 other friends, it's pretty much us, storytelling and things that happen to us, or anything like that. It's... I don't really get to nerd out in that one as much. Here and there, I'll do little nerd references here and when I can. But for the most part, all it is just us talking and storytelling and
nerdy out that way, huh?
Yeah, not nerdy now basically. But I still have a good time doing that one. I love it. That's my first baby basically in the podcast world.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. What this podcast is going to be basically is just in a sense us being just the nerds that we are. It's a lot of talk is going to be about movies and TV shows. Most of it's been that. Every now and again, we probably would go into some form of stories, where it's about ourselves, of our past and everything. But almost everything reverts back to something that revolves around entertainment, where it comes to some form of movie, TV show, video game. It doesn't matter. This is really what...
And I read comics, so yeah, I'll bring that up here and there too.
Yeah, because most of the stuff that we've been talking about, when we started the show, we started going into Disney and then the animation and the films that we watched. It's right away we began with some form of something that, from film. That's really what it's going to be. All our stories always kind of revolve in some, as people would say, I guess, nerd aspect, but,
Fuck that. Go on.
I'll explain.
No, just the whole nerdiness of being a nerd, and everybody's a nerd. My definition of nerd is my definition of cool. It's my definition of, you know.
Yeah, that's why I did the little quote. I don't know, the audience can't
our
see them.
Interests are our
but
interests.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, it's nerds. But I mean, this is what we've been. I mean, the one thing is like when I first met you, like when I first met Schweddy, I remember the thing that really like why we were just yapping about, like, it was always just movie something, and we'd just be cracking jokes. And,
well, at first it was about Nine Inch Nails. I know that for sure.
Well, yeah. For sure it was Nine Inch Nails. But then
I got the Fragile, I think, around that time.
But in a sense, that's still something that's like, you know, entertainment. It's music,
definitely.
you know?
Yeah.
And that's where we connected, obviously, first from there. But then we started talking about, like, flicks and stuff, or... You know, and then, but a lot of it would revolve around music, but it would always be some cool little insights. And I remember when we would find, like, the little secret songs and, like, music and all that.
Yeah.
It was really like that. And I remember we would always talk about music. And then, plus, me and Edgar actually, or Schweddy.
Man. Schweds, man. Swag
over here.
Schweddy swag.
We started going to film school. So
a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'd be asleep while he tried to stay awake.
Yeah. Hey, come on! How can you expect to go into a classroom where you're sitting in a movie theater, air conditioned?
Oh, I know, man.
And dark. Like, that's the one thing I hated.
And no, there was a lot of abstract movies and stuff like that. Like, every time I woke up, it's like some guy's eyes getting, like, sliced up. I was like, ooh, man, what the hell?
Oh, that was, what's his name? What's that artist? The crazy artist that does the melting clocks?
Yeah.
Salvador Dali. That was his movie that he directed.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, they cut into an eyeball and stuff, but that's
But before that, they talked, like, for about an hour, like, 45 minutes.
No, the documentary one. Yeah. That one was boring, dude.
Which one?
The documentary class with that old man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one, because those films, I hate documentary films, Like, why did I need to learn the history of documentary films? Like,
cinematography, I think that's the main reason why, because we were...
No, it was just documentary films. Even he said it. He's like,
when they do documentary, when you shoot documentary, that like the cinematography.
Well, I mean, I like documentary films, but it depends on what they're doing.
Yeah, and the Nuke of the North, like that was stupid.
The Nuke of the North.
Remember the freaking Eskimo?
No, I think I was asleep in that one.
Yeah, that's the one I had trouble. That's the one I failed. Like, I passed the other ones, but that's the one I kept failing, and that's why I couldn't keep advancing because of that damn class. Because I couldn't, because you had to watch the film and then write 5 pages worth of the freaking report.
What you thought about it.
And I'm like, not even what you thought about the film, of how it was filmed or what. You're not writing about the movie itself. It's just you're talking about the way it was shot, like what they were going for. I'm like, how am I supposed to write 5 pages of like, they shot? Yeah, that's no, man. But the hands-on class, that one was fun because that was basically like, I didn't even pay attention. I just got the gear and went off and filmed. And I remember I just used you and we just shot and then came back and then we just aired it. And we're like, yeah, but you never turned one in, huh?
Nah.
The master project.
I'm such a lazy-ass Mexican, man. I tried. I really did try. But just the lazy Mexican in me just did not allow it to happen.
Yeah, he said like, lazy Mexican in him. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're not making fun of Mexicans. We are one.
Yeah. Well, I was making fun of Mexicans. And I'm one. But, yeah. That shit was fun, though. I remember when we recorded a dead cat in the middle of the street.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You guys told me about that one.
The response in the class was the best.
Because we were supposed to get 3 angles. Yeah. One like a... and so that's what we did. We're like, oh, use a dead cat, and you're all poking at it with the stick.
We got one friend off of that. Remember that one?
Yeah.
The bearded guy?
Yeah.
Right after that, he's like, oh, you guys are cool, man. I want to shoot you guys. I was like, yeah, dude.
Oh, man, yeah. Those movies, a lot of, like, I'm not one to have, like, a big ego boost or something, but like, oh, yeah, I'm the best. But, like, if I see something good, I'll say it. Like, that's good. Mm-hmm. But a lot of those films that when we had to do, like, when we watched the final project, they sucked, man.
The one with the birds, the final project, it was like...
Birdemic?
No. It was just a corner, and they had a fan blowing, and some guy just threw some birds up there. And the birds were flying, so the birds were flying, so all you do, the dude just shot the birds flying, like, on one spot, one place, it's supposed to look pretty, I guess.
Yeah, that was
the final one. Oh, no, actually, that guy, he showed us that one when it was the getaway scene. the project that we had to do, like
the chase
of a chase. There you go. That was his chasing. I remember the teacher was like, "Oh, that was pretty cool, but I didn't see no chase." I was like, "I didn't see it either." I think one of the birds was chasing the other one.
Yeah, I thought I was the only one.
So that's what was fun, dude. Because I remember like the one thing I loved, like that again, like I'm not trying to be like big headed, but at the end of the class, like when we did that, after I showed my second short. Like, I remember everybody was like, oh my gosh, that was so good, and like, that was awesome. Even the teacher was like, wow, it looks like you spent a lot of money on it. And I'm like, I didn't spend anything except for, using the...
Well, when you said spending on medical bills? I turn around, I'm like, yeah, I'm taken care of, sir.
Dude, yeah, that was fun times. But, I mean, it's basically like why this podcast became of. Like, that's what we're really going to be talking about, so... and the one thing is, like, I know everybody's been waiting as to my thoughts on Batman. Because the one thing was at the end of...
what are your thoughts, Santos? I haven't seen the movie, so I don't...
Well, this is going to be a huge spoiler. But you said didn't you say you read some reviews, so you're like, whatever?
Stuff about it, yeah. And I'm not too familiar with Bane either. In fact, I just heard that he's one of the main...
Then again, no one really does.
He's a big guy now, though, right? Like, he's a big character.
But you don't care, right? If we spoil it on you?
No, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you don't care. Yeah.
In fact, the only reason why I'm going to watch is because of Christopher Nolan, man.
Yeah.
The man.
Freaking Memento, dude. You're the one that introduced me to Memento.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're the one that told me about it, and then I went, and I think I rented it or something. I
think I saw it on Sundance when I had cable.
They can hear you clear, dude. You don't have to like lean forward and hand over the mouth.
I just want to make sure people know that I don't have cable.
No, wait, what are you saying? What are you saying?
What's going on?
It's like Batman in the autopilot. You actually don't get that reference.
I will.
Pretty
soon. Hopefully.
But yeah, like...
Unless Holmes ruins it again.
The one thing was... When I got out of that movie theater...
I got it.
I didn't hear. Who cares? It's recording. I can listen back.
Just watch it later.
I'll be listening and be like, I got it.
And then this whole part right here, you'll be like, what's going on? Crazy ass Lee just keeps going.
Oh, dude.
You get in limbo with the podcast.
Dude, that'd be bad. But yeah, when I walked out of the theater, that right there, I went on Facebook and I posted. I just put, because, I had to be clean, I'm all, F you, Christopher Nolan.
Oh, yeah, my boy.
Dude. Yeah, dude, I was pissed, dude.
That's my boy, son.
There's just so much that I had issues with that movie. Like, we had talked about it. Like, we went to Denny's, me and Carlos.
Was it the story more, though? Or like,
a lot of stuff.
I mean, I heard there was some cheesy parts. Like, maybe Batman sogging someone and it wasn't really that much of a hard hit or something.
There was a dance musical at one point. The streets of Gotham, everyone just kind of like chimed in.
Choreographed by Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah. He's like, my name is Batman. And I'm a bat.
I'm Bane. I'm strong. I'll break your back.
And I'm a cat. And I go meow.
Oh, man.
And I'm your butler. That's all I got.
I was like, who's the butler?
You like looked at me when I said that. You're like, wait, what
was that? It's oh, I forgot his name now too.
What's his name?
He's awesome.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
He's
got some good movies in it.
Watch the world book. But yeah, that guy. I mean, not that guy. The movie, dude.
I mean, me and you have different takes on the movie. I mean, as a Batman fan, I didn't really like it. Like, it was just like, there was a lot that I get it. I understand the whole Nolan aspect, how he does the reality take on it, because that's what he has to do. I mean,
that's his strong point.
Yeah, that's his strong point. No, that I respect him with, like, doing it, like, making it into a reality. But, like, how the whole Batman thing, like, I just felt like he wasn't true to the character this time around. Like, I know
to the Batman character?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
he was more like a whatever guy, like...
Oh, well, we'll get into it right now. But, I mean, like, one of my coworkers, old coworkers, like, argued about it, that it was like, well, we already seen who Batman was within the first two movies, and this one was, like, him finding himself. Like...
Again?
Yeah,
like,
why?
Like,
he's in constant turmoil, man. It's like, fuck, man, there's another bad guy.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like, he stops, like, being Batman because, you know, basically, it's just stupid. Like, when would Batman just give up the mantle, man? Like, and run away? Like, and why would he... Look, he's all sad. Like, in this movie, he's still, like, all butthurt and sad that his girlfriend died. You know, the chick...
After, was it 8 years?
Stupid love. What's the purpose of that?
Yeah, it's like, well, it's freaking retarded. Like, he gets all butthurt and sad, doesn't want to fight Bear, you know, and Alfred hides the letter from him because he's thinking, like, oh, if I, you know, what the fuck? Like, his parents were shot, dude. That's why he became Batman.
I know.
And now that his girlfriend died, he's like, me.
All of a sudden, he gets feelings again, huh?
Yeah, dude, like, what
is this
like,
feeling, I guess?
Like, the way it was, like, pretty much, like a nab at Sam Raimi's emo Spider-Man for Part 3. That's what it seemed like. It was like,
yeah,
whoa.
dude, Batman was emo.
Emo,
Yeah, hence the black.
Just without his hair is kind of combed to the side, just not on the forehead down.
Real quick.
Well, what about Bane? Oh.
No, well, real quick. Batman, when he's wearing a mask, when you see his eyes, he has the black makeup. When does he fucking have time to do that?
Ever.
It's like, seriously, like, he's like in a hurry. He's gonna put on the mask. Like, hold on, I'm gonna put the makeup on around the eyes.
You know, Richard has a joke about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Ah, dude. Oh, I just came up with that right now. But yeah, like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, like, issues. Like, the one, really, there's this character in the movie, like, throughout the whole film. He's, like, the good cop or whatever, like, you know, working under commissioner. That's that Joseph Gordon-Levitt, his character, you know, through Rock
Robin?
and the Sun. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. This is the part that can piss me off. And it was throughout the whole film, like, everyone's like, oh, that Robin, but his name was, what the hell was his name again?
Edward Blake.
Yeah, you know, his name was John Blake. No, John Blake. That was his name, John Blake, throughout the film, right? And he's, like, helping out, and, oh, this is fucking stupid. All right, there's this...
Oh, dude.
Dude, this is...
Seriously pointing that finger at me.
No.
I got punched right now.
There's one part where Gordon gets shot, right? And Blake gets him, puts him in the hospital. And he goes, visits Bruce Wayne. And Bruce Wayne has been limping with his knee. He's been out of commission for 8 years. Like, he stopped being Batman for 8 years.
Really?
Why the fuck would he do that? I don't know. That's not Batman. Seriously. Like, Batman would be out there fighting crime. Even, like, you know, yeah, seriously. Cat in the Tree, Batman will be there saving the day. That's Batman, all right? And he disappears. And then John Blake goes, Gordon's been shot. You know, when I met you when I was a kid, I knew you were Batman. What the fuck? Like, really? Like, that... His explanation was, I met you, your parents were dead, and I saw a look in your eyes, and that's what told me you were Batman.
I mean, it was a good dialogue moment, but yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, the dialogue was great, well acted. You had two actors going back and forth, you know, just shelling out this dialogue to each other. That sounded great, but it was still stupid. Like,
Wasn't Robin a circus folk, carny folk or something?
Yeah, but this is the thing. We'll get into that later. Like, that's another beef I had with freaking Nolan.
They didn't do that?
Well, no. Like, this is the thing. Like, he's a cop. Like, if anything, he took more off of, like, I guess, Tim Drake. Kind of. Like, I mean, none of them became cops, but the whole thing where, like, Tim Drake and his father died, because he does mention that. That's how he goes into an orphanage. Because he's in an orphanage. And that's how Batman meets him. Batman shows up at his orphanage, and that's when freaking John Blake looks at him, and Bill's like, his parents died. He's Batman. Like, really? Like, and like a little kid figures out who the hell Bruce Wayne is, that he's Batman, yet freaking all these adults, like Gordon, who's a freaking commissioner, can't figure out that he's Batman.
I know.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Wait. I knew. I just didn't say anything.
I know right away.
It's like, I just want to see how long you can play the character.
Everybody knows he's Batman, dude. Like, shh, just let him. Just let him.
All right. Wait. Who can we hire for the next villain? It's like we're all in this, right? Everybody in the city? Okay.
Letting this lunatic run around and shit with a cape and shit. Oh no, he's just a very special guy. We just let him run around.
I think that was the way they did it. They're like, you know what? Bruce Wayne hasn't came out. How do we get him out of the house?
He's like, hey, you're pretty buff. Put a jockstrap on your face and go out there. Let's call yourself Bane.
You guys saw it the night it came out. Huh?
Yeah, I lined up from 9:30 a.m. till the movie was released. I was there all day by myself until roughly around 1:30 in the afternoon is when the first guy showed up.
Did you guys see the previews?
Yeah.
Well, that was the thing.
Did they show that gangster preview?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the shooting and all that.
You're like, eating popcorn and shit.
Yeah, I'm like, that's awesome.
Meanwhile, in Colorado.
If that really happened. No, right at that moment. And I remember thinking while I was watching, I'm like, that's crazy. Imagine if that happened.
Dang, that's your energy right there, dude. Yeah. Going over there, them kids.
Seriously.
They refilmed that shot, right? That's not going to be in the movie anymore?
Well, I guess they're like retooling it. They're releasing it later.
Too bad. It's like Columbine all over again.
Yeah. Well, what did they change because of Columbine?
I don't know. I'm sure they did something. Or anything that happened in 9/11.
Oh, that like Men in Black 2 was affected.
Slayer. God Hates Us All.
Yeah, but that wasn't affected.
September 11th.
The first Spider-Man movie got posted back because there was the first teaser trailer for Spider-Man.
It was in the Twin Towers. I remember that.
The web.
Yeah, the web was like that's actually you can find that on YouTube. The chopper got stuck in between the Twin Towers.
Yeah, so I remember. And then a lot of movies that just happened to have the Twin Towers in the background, they re-edited and took it out. Like Zoolander. I remember that one had Twin Tower scenes, and they took those out.
It came out around that time?
Yeah, dude.
God, I love Zoolander. Aren't they making part 2? I heard they're making part 2.
They're actually in talks of doing it. Finally, after all this time. Like,
I know, it's too late now, man.
I think the reason why
I'd still watch it, though.
I think the reason why they're doing it now, well, he finally...
Pirate Bay, I watch it.
The whole Anchorman thing, that's why, like, how long it took them, so it's like, if he could get everybody back
Pokemon?
to that. No, Anchorman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That one.
That was 05.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, like, the fact to, like...
And it's still fucking Farrell, man.
You know, to have everybody come back.
He is gold.
Now he is.
If you get a chance to be in a movie with that guy, you gotta do it, man. He is gold.
What happened to the ladies' man, then?
Huh?
What happened to the ladies' man? He was in that movie.
I like that movie. That was cool.
Did you see Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie?
Yeah.
He was in that.
He's awesome in that one. He's awesome in that show too. He was in there a couple of times.
I like Bruce Rules.
Yeah,
dude, he's funny.
Sushi, man.
Holy guacamole!
Hey guys, I'm Bruce.
I like when he's drinking the wine.
I remember a lot of times seeing that. I gasped so many times. Like it's such a shock humor, man. That whole show is just like you're like, okay.
Yeah, they push a lot. The movie pushed a lot, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, damn.
The whole opening sequence was a lot. I was watching it with my kids, and Megan's just like, we gotta turn this shit off, dude. Vince is just like watching it, you know.
Oh, wait, I gotta see the movie.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, I know.
This show's recently watched.
Yeah, it's on Pirate Bay too.
Yeah. Well, we're actually coming up close to the hour, so we probably really won't get into Batman because there's still so much that we need to get into. But well, most likely that would be the next episode for sure.
You guys got a teaser trailer of Batman.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. See, so if you want to hear our thoughts on Batman, which I promised it would be in this episode, it'd be in the next one.
I was actually going to tell you because you have like, I know you guys can't see this, but there's like 2 pieces of paper that have like a lot of notes of like what we're going to talk about.
We'll take a picture and we'll post it on our Facebook.
When I first did my podcast with my friends, the Bridgetown podcast, we wrote down a lot of things on the paper, like a lot of things, like a lot of topics that we're talking about, and we only did one. So I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I didn't want to say anything. I was like, I'll let Santos' dreams go still.
I know, you said you were going to talk about movies that make you cry.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up.
I want to talk about that one. I got a lot of movies.
That's why I said, like, literally, like, each episode has to be at least one topic, because if you write 3 down, you only get 1 through.
Yeah, and I had promised I was going to talk about Doug.
What the fuck's Doug?
You never seen Doug on Nickelodeon?
Oh, all right.
Doug Funny?
Doug Funny. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. That was pretty funny.
His name was Doug Funny. His blue friend, yeah. Well,
Skeeter,
there you go.
I know he's Skeeter, but was he the fucking black guy in the show?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't see it enough.
He was like, what the fuck was he?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, he was like the goofy of the show. Like, cause, alright, he had like, well, Christ, I don't want to get into it because we really don't have time.
Man.
Yeah, we'll do it next episode.
I'm sorry for asking the who the fuck is Doug question.
Doug Funny. Hey guys, I'm Doug. And his dog Pork Chop.
Pork Chop.
He was a part of everything, man. What the hell?
His girlfriend was cute.
Oh, Patty Mayonnaise?
Well, they never really hooked up.
They never really hooked up.
I don't think they ever got with each other.
Oh my god.
See, I never saw Doug's first movie, but do you know if they got together at that?
Doug made a movie?
Yeah,
well, Well, technically, it wasn't Disney. I mean, it was Disney owned by that point. Nickelodeon sold it to Disney.
Oh, yeah,
so
Disney owns everything.
So
Yeah,
it was Disney's Doug.
Disney owns this podcast.
Yeah, that was. It said that too. They were being dicks. All Disney's Doug. It wasn't Nickelodeon. It's all Disney's Doug. That's what it said on the title sequence. Even Doug was like, "Oh man, this fucking sucks."
It's like, oh, never mind. I won't say that.
Like what?
Mickey Mouse taking his dick out and slapping it on whoever Nickelodeon's logo is. What is Nickelodeon? They don't have like a character, right?
No, they don't really specifically have a character.
Who would it be? Like, one of the Rugrats?
Yeah, if Rugrats. Yeah, Nickelodeon had like their Mario and their Mickey and their freaking Bugs Bunny. Who would it be? Yeah, that's actually a good question. Nah, that could be four.
We should put a poll on, huh?
Yeah, like, all right, that's a good question to ask to all our. If Nickelodeon had to have their spokesperson, their main character, who would it be? I mean, it could be Tommy Pickles, Ren and Stimpy, perhaps.
Ren and Stimpy,
but that's
Stimpy.
But at the same time, when Ren and Stimpy came out, that was half owned by MTV.
Yeah, that's true. MTV was, but then no.
We'll put
MTV,
it in the
Nickelodeon is
right?
MTV.
Oh, that's
it's
right.
their sister station.
Really?
Yeah, MTV.
Never mind,
it's MTV Networks.
MTV is smaller or bigger?
MTV is like owns. It's like the big thing. It's like, all right, we're MTV now. We got this.
Disney doesn't own MTV.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Disney's
they own
gonna own everything.
No, they own everything. We're gonna own everything. We're gonna own the whole world. Everyone's gonna be a slave to me. Yippee! Everybody suck my dick. Right away now, please. Hurry. Make it quick.
It's like everybody could do Mickey's voice.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
I like the,
hey, he's pretty cool too in those old episodes.
Oh yeah.
He's really
like
awesome.
Mickey,
like
dude.
he's a cool guy. Like
I like that you guys are making fun of him and I don't know.
Yeah, that motherfucker don't take a shit for nothing.
We're like making it like he's gonna rule the world. He's like Hitler, and then we're like, oh, Mickey, he's the shit.
He's actually pretty good.
I love that guy.
He's a reasonable.
You know what? It's a pleasure doing business with him.
You throw a bone here and there,
I will let it pass. He has all this money.
Yeah. We're laughing now. We posted 2 days later. We're in jail by
being sued.
Yeah. Pikachu, please don't sue. Seriously, man, I don't want to get in trouble. Nah, I don't think we will. Because I can. I don't work for them. I'm on their property as an operating participant.
You work for them, dude.
Yeah, I work for Rainforest, but we're not owned by Disney.
We're affiliated by Disney.
So this ruins my opportunity to be an actual comedian or something.
One day you're like getting off.
Oh man.
They're gonna make sure you're not gonna work in any clubs and shit.
They do a casting call for like a ABC show, and you're there, and then at one point a lawyer walks in. On August 3rd, you said Mickey Mouse and
wait a second. I didn't say anything. I just made comments here and there, but it was mainly them.
Yeah. Now, good day, sir.
Good day. Closes his briefcase, walks away, and you're without a job, dude. Thanks to this shit.
Oh, we went.
I should have just.
Here, we should probably end it because we're already in over an hour. Can it go that long on the?
Well, it can go longer.
It can go on forever, dude. I used to have a podcast before this too. I didn't tell you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell anybody.
I know.
Well, yeah, I didn't really tell anybody.
It was just for yourself on your computer. You listen to it
I'm
yourself.
the only one that has the hits in it too. It's like 15 hits. I'm like, yeah, I think I heard it.
Geez, Schweddy, you're doing really good.
I actually recorded myself sleeping, like, I think.
What?
For like a month straight.
What was that, the show?
Oh, it's because I was having nightmares and I was trying to figure out
Seeing at what time you wake up.
Trying to figure out what it was, like if it was a noise or something like that. But someone showed me how to podcast it, and I was like, alright, I'll do that. Sounds like fun. Yeah, I did. I don't even know if it's still up. I should check it
It
out.
was on iTunes or what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's just you sleeping?
Me sleeping. It was a long time ago.
What the?
But yeah.
What the hell?
This is officially my second podcast.
Wow.
Well, me and Schweddy are a tie now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. This is my first podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Rookie.
I'm excited.
By the way, Santos is wearing a Batman shirt. He was ready to go.
Yeah.
Get the shit going with the Batman talk.
Yeah, here's the thing about Batman. I love Batman. Like, I have a lot of, like, those of you that know me, I have a lot of, like, the figures, toys, and stuff that I collect. I really like the animated series. That's really a lot when I was younger, where I started becoming a huge fan. Because I remember watching 89, like, it came out on video. I didn't get to see it in the theaters because it always sold down. My parents didn't want to go at the time. But afterwards, I saw it when it came out on video, and I remember going over to my cousin's house, and we were just trying to draw the bat symbol, like, on a chalkboard thing, and I remember I was like, trying to get it perfect, and that's where I started becoming a fan, but the animated series is what really nabbed me in.
That was a good series.
Oh, hell yeah,
the
dude.
Superman
Because
series.
it was dark, dude. Like, it was a more adult.
They said it stuck to the true Batman story, though, too, right?
It created a lot, too. Not only that, like, the characters that we know now really got like a better introduction, or they brought characters back that made them more powerful than what they ever were. Like, characters that no one cared for got way better, like, made into a whole better thing.
It's like the 60s series, the original series of Batman. Like, that is what made Batman mainstream again. And the characters they started using it made him popular within the comics. And that's what happened with... They started getting these guys and even, like, writing... Like, I mean, hell, they were so good writers that the freaking video game designers said, hey, you guys that did the animated show, why don't you freaking make the game for us, you know? It was Paul Dini, right?
Which sucks, because Paul Dini's not going to be coming back for the third one.
Oh, they're actually going to do a third?
So that's what I read recently.
You mean that Asylum?
Yeah, because they had, Asylum and Arkham City. I guess they're going to do a third one.
But what they're doing is they're going to do the Silver Age. They're going back. Like, it's a prequel before all. Like, I don't know. I read recently about it on IGN that the third game has nothing to do with the first two, but it's going back to the Silver Age. So it's like Batman a long time ago. But the only downer... Yeah, I guess that's why they're probably dropping Paul Dini, because he didn't really do any of the Silver Age stuff. But still, like, why drop him?
Yeah, you know? It's like... I know, dude, because it would be like doing Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2 with Lasseter.
I got it.
And then freaking doing part 3 without him.
Batman 1 and 2 with Tim Burton. And
then he was still behind.
Whoever the fuck with the next one.
There you go. Why don't I use that as an example? That's exactly what happened.
The Tim Burton ones were awesome. I liked those when I was a kid, but...
Yeah, I love them too.
Watching them now, I got a lot of... I gotta critique it a lot, man. It's
a lot
silly.
Oh, there's shit that goes on in that's not Batman.
Not at all.
And you, as
like
a kid,
Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, why is he all fat and like bumbly?
No.
Oh, Batman.
No, that wasn't him. Wasn't the Commissioner black? He was a black guy.
No, Harvey Dent was black, dude, in the first one.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Was freaking, what's his name? The Lando Calrissian?
Wait. So the first one, the Commissioner Gordon, was that fat guy?
Yeah, fat guy.
Wasn't he trying to, like... Wasn't he stupid? Like,
yeah, he was stupid, bumbly, fat, like...
How's he a commissioner?
I know. He's like, Batman, you saved the day once again. And
here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
At least the voice for Batman was fine. He just did a deep voice. He wasn't...
Oh, yeah, Michael Keaton was a good one.
Yeah, Keaton was a good one, you know. But I think Kevin Conroy is the best Batman. I'm not even going to explain who that is, because those who know who he is... There, high five to you, but Kevin Conroy is the best freaking Batman.
Oh, man.
I don't care.
I've seen the trailer for the
I get no high five for that one.
You don't know who he is?
No.
Ah, okay. Let me explain. He's Schweddy. And to those of you like, who's Kevin Conroy?
Those ones who were ready to press stop. They're like, fuck this guy.
You were like, at least you listen for an hour.
I thought it was a good podcast, but then midway I was like, never mind.
I didn't get no high five.
No, he's the one that provided the voice for the animated series and the video games.
Oh,
yeah, and
okay.
he's great because he puts his
probably
voice.
Looks awful though. He would. He would wouldn't make a good Batman whatsoever. A live action.
No,
Batman.
but yeah, live action. But it's the voice who does the best Batman voice because you can distinguish him from Bruce Wayne. Like he kind of has a higher voice, like hey, like more happy. And then when he's Batman's all serious and deep, and it's perfect. But like Bale, like what the hell was he thinking? Like who gave him the like? Nolan had to be behind him. Like yeah, that sounds great. Like,
like whatever. That's not what I'm trying to.
Yeah, he was just like counting his money. Like, yeah, that's fine. Do what you want.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and he was just like, yeah, I'm Bruce Wayne, and don't worry about it. And when he becomes Batman, he's like, all right, guys, where's it going on? Yeah.
Where's my lunch?
He's like, all right, Nolan, what do you think? Is that good? Yeah, that's fine. Like, seriously, what the hell were they thinking? Like, Lewis put it best. Well, long ago when I first did a little review about the movie, Lewis told me, he's like, well...
Lewis, your friend
Soto? Yeah, Soto. He'll actually be on the show one day as a guest, because I want him to tell his stories.
I call him Lewis the gay guy. Whenever no one really knows who I'm talking about, I'm like, Lewis, the gay one. And I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, he'll be a future guest that us three will be listening to a lot of his funny stories. But the thing was, it's like Lewis put it best. It's like, all right, say I'm Batman, right? Even if I kind of do like a deep voice, like, all right, guys, you're gonna be like, look at Santos, that's you, dude. I know that's you. But I'm gonna have to like with mask. I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, you're not gonna recognize me. And that's what Lewis said. He's gonna be like, I would do my voice all raspy and deep so you wouldn't recognize as me.
Oh, like you're talking about the logic in that?
Yeah, and that's what he was putting. The logic behind that was like, obviously, he has to change it so drastically that, but still, like, you could bend the lines of reality on that. It's because it's a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, if
people know already.
Yeah, if he could fly a freaking bat plane, I think he could make his voice normal and no one know who the hell he is. It's like Superman. Put on my glasses. What happened to Clark? What happened to Superman?
It's like a chameleon with that shit.
I think it was a meme, or I don't know where I read it, but he's like, Batman's a billionaire, yet he couldn't invent a voice changer.
Yeah, you should have had like the smoking one.
Well, that's Morgan Freeman. That you didn't hit him up with that shit.
Oh, I know, dude. They should have just did a Morgan Freeman voiceover.
Was Morgan Freeman in that third one?
He was.
Yeah, he was in all of them.
I thought he was fired, dude.
Hi, I'm Morgan Freeman.
I thought he wasn't going to do anything for him either.
Yeah, see, that's how they ended. He's like, after this, I'm not working for you.
One more time. Like, sure, Morgan.
Yeah, and he's like, enter my name, enter your name, and it dissolves. And then at the end, he puts his jacket on, enters the code.
Walks out like a pimp and everything.
Yeah. And you know what I realized? We were watching The Dark Knight the other day. Batman's a dick, dude. Seriously, there's a scene when Batman first pops up. How does he pop up? When they're with the Scarecrow, remember those vigilantes pop up, and he's like, "Where does my dogs?" Remember, like the Russian guy, and then he's like,
"My dogs are very hungry."
Yeah, you remember? And then that's when like the first Batman is like, "Oh, what is happening?" And then that's when he shoots. He's like, and then Scarecrow's like, "That's not Batman." And he goes, "Oh, there he is." And he pops up and he breaks through a wall and crushes 2 cars. Imagine that was your car parked there. You're at work, and you walk back, and you're like, your car's smashed.
He's all, I'm rich, bitch.
I noticed that Batman's a fucking dick. He blows up random cars. Remember when he's first on the Batpod, and he's chasing the Joker? He blows up about 4 or 5 cars.
So it's not really like media propaganda that's trying to get him to look like a bad guy. He's actually doing some dumb shit. People are honestly pissed
Imagine there's a guy sleeping in the car, like you're waiting for your wife. She's at the job or she's doing something. You're like, I'm just gonna relax while she gets out right now, and he blows up the car while you're in it.
You're grenadine.
I know, dude. Like that's why. Like there's a scene where the 2 kids are like, "Pachoo, pachoo," because they're in traffic, and then Batman blows up all these cars out of the way. Imagine that too. Like he fucks up a lot of shit. He runs over pancakes.
Actually, now thinking about it, way before Aziz Ansari got big, he did a quick skit like that. Like he's about to go open his car, and then Batman blows it up. It's gay, Batman!
Damn it! Everything I say, a comedian already has said it. Like what the hell?
I remembered it right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am not stealing any jokes. I'm just realizing this right now.
I'm the comedian of the group, so like I kind of know. Like I follow all these comics, so that's why I was like. Kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Carlos here, my little brother, he does a stand-up comedy, and so he's the one that's really knowledgeable. So whenever that nerd I guess, nerdish of that Edgar put it. Aspect comes out from comedians and comedy.
You like comedy, nerd. You're a nerd. You're a nerd.
So yeah, a lot of any news of music and stuff. Schweddy over here would most likely be talking.
What
about.
A Schweddy nerd.
Yeah, because he tends to, especially a lot of like more like the not known stuff like right
like recent stuff, more up to date.
Yeah, because he's not like he's not like about Nickelback or something like that, or like
best rock band
freaking
ever.
that whatever that what's that stupid song Gautier. He's not like, we're not talking about that music. I mean, this guy knows his stuff. Like, he's the guy that goes to Coachella, And he's
the Coachella man.
Yeah, he's Coachella, so he's like that type of music and stuff. So, whenever we got
Coachella before people started labeling it the hipster festival.
Yeah.
So. What the fuck is that?
I was at Coachella before it was cool.
Yeah, it's like Comic-Con.
Yeah.
How that became all like big and popular.
Oh, and it's not even about comics anymore. I saw
it's all about movies.
The documentary. I felt really sad about that.
I still need
Indian
to watch
looking
it.
guy. Oh, yeah.
The one that the guy from 30 Days, right? Or is it a different documentary?
I don't know.
Oh, never mind.
It was Comic-Con. It came out recently.
Yeah, it's the Morgan Spurlock
then
documentary. Because
right.
the guy who did Super Size Me, he directed.
Oh, he did that? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I had no idea. You forgot the 3, boy.
Huh?
You said you forgot the 3. Anyway.
I never say 3. I just go and a 1 and a 2. So all right. So actually, I guess that's pretty good. I think we'll just wind it off here. This is our first episode, so we'll be posting this on iTunes. It'll be a free download. It's
free. How are you guys gonna pay me for this shit? It's free.
With tears and laughter.
There we go. That's pretty good.
And hugs.
And memories.
Yes. Who knows what imagine when... Nah, I mean, that'd be awesome. We're like on a stage, I'll just yapping away and people are laughing. Like,
Wait. When we get famous, we have to delete this episode because then Disney will come after us.
I know.
This episode never happened.
Yeah. It never existed. Nope. It's all a dream. Where's that spindle so I can spin it?
Yeah. But it's available free for iTunes, so go ahead and download it.
Yeah, so, and then we'll be creating a Facebook page for this, so hopefully, you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be having more. I mean, if we get no downloads, then obviously we probably would stop.
No, we'll try it again. I mean, come on.
Yeah. All sympathetic. It's okay. We'll try it. Like, don't worry.
It's alright. I got another podcast. So.
Yeah, you too.
Get back to my experiment podcast.
By sleeping?
The sleep
How long were they?
However long I slept, like 5-6 hours.
It was like that long of a podcast?
Yeah. It took forever to download.
Oh
but, I had this one idea. I always think of, like, trying to be original, in a sense.
Yeah.
Or I had this one idea on it. If I were to ever be in a band, if I were to make a band and stuff like that, my first concert, my first gig would be like in a back alley, and I wouldn't tell anybody. We wouldn't let anybody know. We would just play, and
I saw something like that. Like Jack White did a concert in a laundromat.
See, but I thought about this in 2001, so I don't know if he came out with that before I did. That idea is original. It's copywritten. I mean, I got full rights to that fucking idea.
No, I know what you mean. It's like there was like certain movie ideas I had when I was like in junior high and stuff, and then freaking years later there would be a movie. I was like, what the hell? I came up with that? Like, but it was just an idea. But if we say it, then be like, no, you stole it. It's like my jokes right now. I was saying them, and like Carlos saves the day by like, oh no, well the comedian said that. So I was like, oh, I didn't know.
There's nothing really original anymore. I think.
No, I mean it's the same thing with with comedy. Like a lot of people, I mean, comedians will fight and defend that. Oh, they wrote that first or whatever.
It's the same thing with musicians.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But at the same time, we all go through these same experiences,
same stories.
So that's why it's
same stories are going to run over and over again.
And all it is.
Some people know how to say it better. Some people know how to sing it better.
That too.
Yeah, like I remember junior year, 1999. Like I remember that's when there was a girl that I had liked. Was it junior? Yeah, I think it was junior. She started dating someone else. So I was hanging out. Remember, I was trying to make them all laugh because I felt weird. So I'm like, I'm gonna try to be funny. And I started doing actual jokes. I was like, oh, I was actually being funny. And there was one joke I came up with about Smokey the Bear. and I was talking about how like
bear again, eh?
yeah, it goes right back to the beginning. You know, we'll begin with bears, end with bears. And I remember I started talking about how when Smokey the Bear says only you can prevent forest fires. And I started talking about, like, that's a lot of fucking pressure for one person saying, only you?
I know.
That's me. And then, you know, I was like, oh, and then, like, maybe, like, in 06 or 07, no, I was like, yeah, like, 07, some guy started working, and he's like, we're doing stock, and he's like, I got this CD, you know, whatever what's that comedian? Dane Cook. He's like, I'm like, yeah, play it. I don't care.
That fool stole everybody's shit.
And he plays it. He plays it, and I hear that Smokey the Bear routine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck? I came up with that years ago. Seriously. Like, and I was like, I would never be a comedian because I'm not funny. But if I would ever one day, like, I couldn't use that joke because they would be like, oh no, Dane Cook gets your joke.
That's why a lot of my material there's some stuff that I wrote, but I mean. A lot of the material, I try to base it off of myself and family, because I know that's if I personalize it, I know no one can really steal. In a way.
Yeah, it's hard to get to originality. I think the only way you can get original is to like start a new language.
Yeah, I mean, I just started storytelling. That's the way I started doing everything.
Be like Sigur Rós, you know, in a sense, you know, just like come out with just like you got bacon, you know. And someone would be like, damn, that's fucking crazy awesome, you know?
Yeah.
That was original, man. No one's ever said that before.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Damn you, Jonesy.
But I have to say it in a way that'll get people to either, you know, get their soul going or make them laugh, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of as far as being original is making a new language. And
by the way, Cesar just texted me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's by the time he gets here, we'll be done.
Yeah, because we're actually done. And it's like, well, I guess our apologies for my older brother Cesar. He was, you know, he told us, you know, he was running late to start it without him, and he'd get here, but I guess, you know, he wouldn't make it. But guaranteed, next episode he'll be up, you know, be here. So I just want to say that. So again, apologies for my older brother Cesar. So I guess we'll be going on. And this is Santos Medrano. So you guys could call me Sanch. So I'll just go by Sanch from now on, because I'll explain why the hell my name is Sanch in the next episode, because it's kind of funny how I got this name, but now it's just who I am. Oh, great, there's a bathroom in the background. But anyways, and then, yeah, so this is Santos.
Carlos Medrano. If you guys want to get to know me more, I have another podcast called the Bridgetown Podcast. It's also available on iTunes right now, depending on when you actually listen to this episode. Right now there's 3 episodes free to download. So yeah, once again, Bridgetown Podcast. Yeah, I do stand-up comedy. I will be plugging this in, so it's going to be a long way from now, but at the end of next month in September, not sure if it's going to be the 26th or the 27th, in West Covina, I will be showcasing another stand-up comedy show with myself, hosting throughout the night, and bringing some of the closest friends I know, and some of the funniest guys that I know in the game right now. So, that's all I got right now.
Schweddy Swag, out.
You have anything to plug?
To plug in to the Matrix, Facebook account. I'm on Twitter. I got a...
Yeah, but what's your Twitter?
I'm on Bandcamp. I still use MySpace. I don't know if anybody's on MySpace. My band's called Schweddy Schwags.
Alright, right on.
Alright.
Yeah, follow his Twitter. It's really great.
Yeah, Schweddy Schwags. Facebook, Schweddy Schwags. Swagger.
And I'll be at all tomorrow and all next week. I'll be at a Rainforest Cafe working.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah, and also I'll be appearing at West Covina area. That's where I live, so I'll be appearing there. I really have nothing to promote. I just wanted to sound like I was promoting something.
I kind of outstage both of you guys on that one.
It's like, I'll be on stage at this place, and I'm like, I'll be at home.
You're active at home.
Yes, I'm active at home. So yeah, so I guess that's our episode. So it's in the bag.
Yeah, put it in the bag.
Copyright. Swag.